Yeah, this is a monumental moment, legendary cups. Yeah, you know, with the brothers, with the man them. Yeah, for the viewers, you know, you've most probably seen a session or two already. You know, this is the class of '95. You know, online discussions where we just kind of chop it up and have a deeper dialogue and reasoning and understanding of that iconic era. You know, and yeah, man, it's great, man. It's great right now. I'm with two of my brothers, man. Two of the brothers that have always kept it true and real with me, man. You know, Ash and P. You know,
definitely,
yeah,
bro.
man, how we doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Yes. I copy that, man. It's a good look. Glad to be like a link up with, you know what I mean? That's the one of the good things about this time, you know. Like we can do stuff like this. We could be anywhere in the world and it's where we're in each other's, you get me?
Yeah.
That's a good look, man.
And you know what? Just to even see my brothers looking so well and seeing them, and this platform is such a positive thing, you know. As soon as you mentioned it to me, Claude, I was all over it. And like I mentioned to you before, there's been offers before to go on a couple bits and bobs and that, but this I couldn't no way turn this down, because I know it's a positive. It's coming from a positive place, you know.
Yeah, true stories. That's real. Same as similar things has happened. Like, you know what I mean. I've kept it quiet. You know what I mean. Just it's my nature, though. It's not like I'm. You know what I mean. But the same thing. Like a couple.
No, sorry to cut you, but I was going to say people are going to be gobsmacked to see your boat race on there. But go on, my brother.
Yeah. No, like I was going to say, like same as, you know what I mean. We've had a couple offers, but you know what I mean. It weren't heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I'm only doing this thing if it's heartfelt. I'm not just trying to, you know what I mean, be all up in the videos.
Yeah. trying to be up the place.
I'm not trying to be that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be up the place, man.
I'm not that.
Yeah.
No, that's
real. Like I said, good to see you both, man.
Yeah, it's real. Same man.
We're looking well, man.
Yeah, man. Trust. All we can do is try, innit?
That's it.
Like, this is why, like, yeah, this means a lot. Because I know the man them, you know, obviously people have reached out and whatnot, but for you, man, to be like, you know what, you're gonna log on and just connect and chop it up. That means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah, that's real. Like Gash said, bro, I'm exactly the same. When you mentioned it, it was already, you know what I mean?
It was green light. It was green light for me, man.
Yeah. It didn't even need no, boosting up, sprinkling.
Yeah.
And then when you threw in like my Don from Forever, that was just like the ice in the heavy.
And you know what, dude, I must say, the way that you kind of dropped it on me, because I checked with him, he didn't know, and I didn't know. And I was like, once he said you was about P, I was like, come on, you crazy.
Nah, that was it.
That's my brother.
Signed, sealed, and ready
to deliver.
Yeah, that's real. It's real.
Energy, man.
Yeah.
Energy don't lie.
Yeah, man.
Energy don't lie, man.
That's it.
Yeah, it's always been, positive, good vibes, man. But yeah, man, the project landing pretty soon, man. And as you know, it's a called Class of '95, which was iconic time for anyone who was around at that time. So I was 14 at that time. I was a youth, man. Just as I've been saying, thinking I had answers. I didn't know what was going on. Gone with the wind and trying to find myself and looking up. You, man, were like superheroes to man growing up, man.
Oh, bro. But
that's real.
Claude, I got to say this as well. What we have to say as well, a 14 where we're from is not a 14 for the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even though you were 14 at that time, I was probably 17 going on 18. Yeah. I never turned around and ever thought you was 14 because you were just on the ends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were part of it. You were there. So I'm like, well, we out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And then you touched on it. That's what it was. From as early as we can remember, man was outside. It was
was outside, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jano.
Age kind of, that old saying, age ain't nothing but a number. It's like, wow, man, we grew up probably too fast. Looking back on it. right?
With rockets in our skates,
right?
Different type of bowers, yeah.
Different type of bowers, man. Yeah, man. Sterling ain't got nothing on us. We're quick.
Mad. But yeah, so like you man are on the actual project, which is mad. You know,
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that as well. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm proud.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. That's a good. The anticipation is there because I haven't heard how Gash has come. I mean, I haven't heard.
I spit a 32, bro.
That's a 32. Yeah,
I got a 32 on there.
Listen, you know what? What stands out is it's authentic, and I know that is the win for me. You know what I mean? Like
definitely.
That's the real one, bro.
And I wish it all the success in the world, the project, and I think that the whole concept. When you come to me with the concept about how you was approaching it, where you a young Claude versus an older Claude, and some of the stuff that you wanted to address. Yeah. So that is for me another reason why I said I have to be involved, you know, because people can put out whatever they want to put out, but some of the time I listen to it and I think that's not even true what you're saying. But this is so well thought about and personal. I wish it all the best, and I hope it goes wherever you want it to go and beyond.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. Yeah. No. Yo, he's touching on something, James, because when you threw it at me, I was like, wow, that just sounded like a win from the, you know, like the concept, the way you want to put it together, your older self talking to your younger self, and what would your young, you know what I mean? Like, boy, on the real one, I ain't seen that anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I got my ear to the ground. I ain't seen that anywhere. Yeah. So that authenticness of it, that just grabbed me, bro. And I'm like, yeah. And then you folded those bars, and I was like, oh.
Wait, I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
You threw some jabs at me, like, I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I had to go off that one and think for a sec, you know that you could just, you know what I mean? That was real, man. Yeah.
So also, I have a question for you, Claudia. So looking at today's present day, most recent project, obviously, I know you're very proud of it. Yeah. When you think back to the Jewels and Gems, Claude, which I was always a fan of as well. After I thought you were a diamond in the rough then. Lyrically and musically, can you see how far you've come? Are you happy with the progress that you're making as an artist?
Yeah, no, cool. That's a dope question. So I think if I look back, you know, in retrospect, I think within my verses there was always a line of kind of like self-consciousness or just a thought-provoking line or something that was a bit more deeper.
That I picked up on it from early,
but was maybe shrouded by everything else I was saying, right? But it was always that kind of like introspective line. And I think over the years that I guess accepting who I am, you know, and accepting what's real to me and being my true self, that introspective, deeper side has kind of come out and I've embraced it. Yeah. And I think with this project, I think this is the project I've always wanted to make.
Sick.
Yeah, like, but without like, you know, maybe doing it in a song or maybe an 8-bar in a song. But this is like a real concentrated, focused, laser kind of like attention to like, this is the project. This is how I want it to come across. This is what I really want to communicate. And it's taken years, but I feel this is the project I was always meant to make.
Oh, well done, man. Proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Proud of you, man. I'm really looking forward to hearing it, man.
Yeah. No, love. So I'm gonna throw out, you know, you're both on the same track. Yeah. I don't think you ever thought in 2021, you know, on the track list that it would say.
Man's making records, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a little time when P thought he was a rapper, so.
Slouch glasses.
No, listen, that ain't speaking on something. That's real. Because I was listening to rap probably before any other kind of music, if I'm honest. You know what I mean?
And you've always been like cutting edge with what's going on out there.
Right.
I come at your mum's house and I know I'm hearing something new, or if I'm not hearing something new, I'm hearing something I heard but I wasn't listening to.
You understand?
No?
Yeah, man. I remember, like, I'm going back, like, we're talking probably middle 86, 87. Westwood, Tim Westwood used to have a station, a rap program on Channel 4.
You remember that?
About 11.
Late night. Yeah.
This is before he even got heavy in the radio.
I remember that, man. Me and my sister Angela used to watch it, you know.
Right. And that grabbed me in them days. I was before 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bismarck and Juice Crew, Daddy Kane. It was that kind of, you hear me, Eric B.
That was the heat you were always bringing as well, because you have to remember as well. Them years there was for me, sound system reggae. Hip hop was a little bell that was ringing in the back. Yeah. But I was so deep into that stuff. When I met P, he was like an encyclopedia of that. I was like, right, okay. Yeah. EPMD, this, them. Oh, all right. Yeah. So that's when I really started kind of like thinking to myself, all right, let me take a bit more attention. But then I always had Public Enemy in the background. But Public Enemy was always like my thing because it was very conscious. But the whole gangster style of it, P put me on still. Yeah. P put me on.
Yeah. Mad. So so you matter on track 6.
Yeah.
Track 6, 95 interludes. You know, it was hard. Like you had about maybe 30 to 50 seconds, right? To try and cram in like what that time, what 95 meant to you. So I guess the extension, this conversation, like where there's a bit more space, you're not enclosed.
Yeah, we give it a little bit more air.
Yeah. Let's go at 95. What does that? What memories? What comes to mind?
You go for the real one, because I could have kept going on that thing, you know, like like I could have kept, you know what I mean? But I was, you know what I mean, you know, conscious of the space and that. So it's a dope question. 95. Wow.
It's a lifetime ago, you know, but
it is. I think it just the whole. It was almost like a transition as well, especially from the jungle to the garage.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I mean? That was kind of happening, you know, like the garage.
That was a big thing that was happening, yeah.
Yeah, so that rave scene.
Strong. It was strong.
In 95, right?
Yeah.
Like from any North had their venues, South had their venues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
East.
Yeah.
Where it was, you know what I mean?
Thing was, it just seemed like the whole world was raving as well.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like, because us coming from where we come from, we always had this kind of like, we used to go and listen to hardcore. Remember, P?
Yeah.
Like Utopia and places like that, all the way back in 93, 92, sneak into the rave and do what we're doing. But you see, once that music started turning into forming jungle, that bit all of us, bruv. That whole kind of ragga samples with dance music, you know what I mean? Bit of techno in there. That had the whole place popping for a while, man. The whole place. I mean, like I said on the actual track, I was like, for me, 9-5 was kind of it was kind of a time where London lads found their look and their independence. So we weren't trying to be American rappers anymore. We weren't trying to be yardies. We had our own thing.
Real.
You know what I mean? We had our own fashion.
That's real.
We had fashion was so important them times, right?
Yeah.
Let me even give you an example, right? I was reading an article the other day about ASOS, the clothes company shutting down, yeah? I don't know if anyone read it, yeah? And there's a company out of Peckham called Wavy Gums. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I know the kid who runs it, young white guy, yeah? Like a college kind of brother, yeah?
High Street.
Yeah. So, what's it called?
Is it right?
Wave? He's massive now, that guy. You see at the top of where Laserdrome used to be?
Yeah.
That's where his shop is, right? The Wavy Gums. He's probably been going for about 10 years, yeah? But they had some visuals of his clothes. And all of the clothes was what we were wearing in 95. all of the clothes, the Moschino, all of that stuff.
Thing,
they've taken our style and they've rebrung it back, bro. And it's like it's starting to pop. And I just thought to myself, look, just check that. And then I was doing the project for you, and I just thought to myself, that shows you how important that year was.
Right.
Because people are still going back now and trying to dress like us.
Right. See, that's real still. So 9-5 was a what's the word? A year when it, what's the word? Solidified year. It was a year that you're gonna look back on, and that's why. Because I know I was gonna get you. What made you think of 95? Like why 95? Like all the years, like. You know what I mean?
It was special, man.
Yeah, is that you asking, P?
Yeah. Before we elaborate a bit more on it.
Yeah, man. It was a game changer. It was a mad game changer for me. So I'm 14. Just summer holidays. That was the game changer. I'm kicking ball, playing for teams, getting scouted. For some professional clubs. Wimbledon, Charlton.
That's right. You was the old baller. I remember.
The left. I try to tell some of the youngers now, bro. Man. They're like, no, you didn't play unks. I'm like, no, I kicked ball. Like, the shape has changed, but man was so I had a deadly left, and was both footed. But like, I think what really happened that summer 95 was a game changer, and it's like, that year 9, you're going into year 10, that 6-7 week holiday can really change a youth man's
life. Definitely, man. And there was so much going on at the time for someone at that 14-year-old impressionable age. Like, let's have it right. There was a lot of stuff going on.
It's
like parameters, the freedom.
Yeah, bro.
Man was just running the jungle, and just being exposed to so much and getting involved in so much. It was almost like a lot of it was almost like the first time I was doing a lot of things.
Yes.
So a lot of the first at the time seemed fun, but they had an impact years later.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about one word you just said out there? You said the freedom. You see, 9-5, it was like especially when I compare it to after 95, just what you could just get on with.
Yes,
and it weren't even like, man wasn't really conscious of certain things, but at the same time, we knew what we wanted out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you wanted your respect. You wanted a man to know you're someone you got the bits. You're in the right rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got a bit of paper about. But listen to what I think as well. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this, right? Also as well, because we were all doing naughty things, right? Let's have it right. Nothing that I'm proud of now, but I'm not ashamed of it either, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of in a period where the old Bill hadn't caught up on how fast we was.
Right.
So it was like, see, before when it was like medial, like little bits of crime, like crime that they were used to.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't realize that our little group we've become a crime wave.
Right.
When we done it 10 times more and 10 times quicker.
Right. Yeah.
So old Bill weren't really ready for us yet.
Nah.
So I think all the heartache come after because they started catching up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at that time, the freedom to go out and say, do you know what, I'm gonna get this, that, do that, boom, of cash in.
And you know what's real as well? You're touching on something. The way we were doing it, which is real, like the rent
unorthodox.
Right. Like, like it's the time you was getting your rentals now and you was going far as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the kind of areas man was reaching into was like, hadn't been done. The way
beyond Watford,
the generation you know what I mean? Man, they weren't doing what we were doing. You see it?
Yeah.
Like everyone was always been doing bits from Lucas,
you just reminded me of something.
There was always, but the wave back then comes like we brought that wave. That's
true. Man. You see all this like county lines thing like they're struggling with now with and all that stuff, right? That's obviously with the A class and whatnot. I'm not saying that's what we were doing.
No,
but when we were going out there and we wanted to do something, like P would say, we jump in the rental, we go far, but we just mash 5 on the way back.
As well.
We mash 5 on the way back, and we've already got 2, so we just mash another 3, and it'd be like, old Bill never seen nothing like that before.
Nah, that's real talk. So
you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to glorify.
No. Yeah.
And then you got to see the roll down effect now.
Yes.
We come back to the hood. You're in the hood. All you're seeing is all the riches and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing. But you wouldn't really know what we were doing.
Yeah.
But you come down, we got the clothes on, we got the green, everything's shiny, everything's nice, you know. So that at the time I wasn't looking at it like little man was looking at me.
Oh, that was mad, like that was mad inspiration, you know.
The energy.
Because there was a time when I turned around and you was like taking over. You passed us.
Listen, bro.
And I think each generation it you know. Yeah, man. Each generation takes the baton, you know, and runs with it, you know, and that's their little spin and, you know, their little kind of flavor to it, you know.
Yeah, everyone has his addition.
Everyone has his little bit of a seasoning in it.
How you go about it, right? Right.
You know,
that's true.
And there's you know, sometimes it's like each generation becomes more fearless.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they do more.
You know, it's natural progression because you got now upstage what you've learned from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's that right. So when we came in, that's what we took on.
Yeah.
You right?
Bro, and this okay, I know cliche, I keep saying this, have it right. Yeah. Because obviously we've got our age gap. Yeah. There's also an age gap that we were looking up to. Right? And I'm gonna call their names on that. But those guys from Deptford and New Cross and whatnot, they weren't silly. You know what I mean? They knew their way around a pound note. So we were looking at them like, rah, how are we gonna outdo them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like them man was wearing leathers, all right, then we want furs, or you know what I mean? It was like that. You know what I mean? All right, them man they wear different trainers every week. We wear them every day.
Mad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be that
and that's where then and that year 95 that impacted
everyone.
So the combination of what you're seeing and what we, you know what I mean, that 95, man. When I think back on it, it's like
it's a monumental year, man.
It was a game changer for many people. Many. Yeah, and, you know, me and Gash were speaking earlier. Like some are stuck. You know, some are stuck there. You know, and some have you know moved on and progressed. All right, so I'm thinking some funny moments like, like obviously like without saying names or anything, but some funny moments that might come to mind.
I feel of like what's one funny thing? I don't know. Do you know some of the funny moments would be quite personal to other people, you know? Yeah. So, but I'll tell you fun moments.
Okay, yeah.
Fun. One of my funniest memories from 95, right? I must have went round because he's a man. You have to use a crowbar sometimes to get him to come raving, yeah? So you can't get me out the dance. I love the dance. Right? So it's a Sunday now, yeah? Yeah. And I'm like, I want to go Coliseum, you know.
See?
So I've gone round to P's mum's house and he's like, I'm in an RN. And they're like, I don't really want to go. Baxter Billions turned up. G-Money's turned up. Mr. Dan, God bless his soul. Good feel, good, like a strong. It's like the Avengers. This is like Deptford New Cross Avengers right now. Yeah, if you see us in the dance at these times, either you leave us alone, or you're gonna get proper involved with us, and it can go either way. As you know, and that's not what I'm promoting. That's how serious them names are. Yeah. So I've plumbed him out of the yard. Come on, man, you got to come to this dance, right? I ended up in the dance, and it turned out to be one of the best dances I've ever been to. It's one of the only dances I can remember my brethren Pego dancing his shoes. We're meant to be leaving. It's the brother that didn't want to come. I'm like,
You know, you get there and it's like, it's the best way. You know what I mean?
But do you remember that rave, P?
Yeah, come on.
That rave was hard, man.
Yeah. And the way man them rave, because we came from that raving, right?
Yeah.
Right, we was in the raving setup, so we used to come with that depth and
yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was always a place for us.
Yeah.
There was always. I think that was definitely one of the funniest times I can remember. Funny times now. I'll say most of my funniest times were always around Deptford Adventure Playground, the Kenty.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like what people don't always realize about what people now call the ghetto, or the ghetto boys, which we all kind of fallen under this umbrella, Now it's probably more popular to call it Blue Borough, and it makes more sense, before 9/5, there was like probably about 4 or 5 different gangs operating in our little area. Right? So it wasn't like if you like me, I was born in the ghetto on the estate. Automatically, I'm a ghetto boy. And you know, them days there, in order to get into the ghetto boys little gang we were formulating, you either had to be from there or you got initiated, which is basically jumped in. So you got to take some licks, So then down the road, Paul's mum lives probably 500 meters by foot. My mum's house. But Paul's not a ghetto boy. Paul didn't want to be a ghetto boy, and the truth be known, we used to have little fights back in the day. Like we'd go around there 4 round into it. And then the next week, bro, trust me, it'd be ghetto versus Kenty. That's P and his lot.
I've been hearing that.
G Money, P, Kev Jackson, God bless his soul. I don't want to start, I'm not naming names, but that little firm there. Right? Then you'd have another gang around the corner called BI, like people don't even know about. And BI was just by the police station. That's where Bad Intention Posse, BIP, right? That's where David Dunn comes from. Like, he weren't no ghetto boy either, because what was happening is, and then you got another big Peeps estate who had their own thing going on.
True.
But in the run up to 9/5, we were starting to link. And it was almost, I know it sounds crazy, but it was almost like a Avengers thing. It was the cream of the crops from all of them. Come together, bruv. And that is why it went, that's why it happened so quick and so fast. There was a new level of like, all right then, because remember, even though we're all pals, you're all still trying to outdo each other now in little ways. You get what I mean? But you're not doing it consciously. It's almost like, but there's because still in the back of your mind, they're still from down there and I'm still from here. You know what I mean? You might get a dub plate now and then.
That looks like that really resonates. What Gash is saying.
It was, he's keeping it, listen, because the Avengers thing is different from different little estates or whatever, different parts of Deptford coming together. You get me?
Man.
Like, D was the illest on his ends. Gash was from his illest on his end.
I mean,
from my end. We just linked, and when we linked, it was a gel. You get me? But on the funny side of things, a story came to my mind as you was talking. Still, I'm on a moped. I'm on a moped, right? I come around the gully, right, to get on a moped. There, what's my man who used to fix the cars? I mean, I can't remember his name. He used to fix like the green. There's a green bit. Like little swim park and all that, and it's odd little hills, right? So I'm on this moped anyway, and like I remember David's going, you can't ride, you know, I used to go right, trying to poke, man. I'm like, of course I can do wheelies. Anyway, he goes, all right, come in, and you know what he does? He gets on the back of the moped
with his big self,
twice the size as me. He gets on the moped. I'm like, I can do wheelies, and I'll obviously, you know what I mean, the throttle on the bike does a wheelie. Me and him go flying, man. We're like airborne. I'll kid you not, right? Anyway, I don't know how, but he landed before me. I landed on top of him. So as I landed on top of him, that we're like sliding on the grass again. Like we didn't hurt ourselves. I mean, I grazed my hand a little bit, but when I think back of me, and when you mentioned like the funny side of things, that stands out in my mind in '95 still. You know what I mean?
I swear that same moped You got nicked a couple of days after in Kenty with on that moped.
You know what? That was before.
Was that before?
That was before. You know, the 95 when we had a moped, we went around.
Yeah,
near the borough side of things.
Yeah.
Right?
And we got it got a bit naughty over there, but
so that was
fun and games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mad.
But that was.
And you know what? Respect to all my brethren from over borough as well.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we used to knock heads, but all the man there, the concrete brethren now. I mean, and that goes for. Yeah. So if you hear me talking about any like Peckham or Brixton things, there ain't nothing. This is all dead. Yeah. All of them people there, I wish them all the best for their families and all that. But at the time, we were rivals.
Yeah, we was.
But now, as big men, like I say, we wish them all the grace of God, you know?
Yeah.
So I ain't got no enemies out there.
At the time, it must have been about 15 of us that gone to this house, innit? Few girls there and whatnot. So remember Chips and Pitter. You know every man's
of course.
Chips and Pitter bread.
Burger sauce.
Burger sauce.
Chili sauce.
Chili sauce. Yeah.
Some man's trying to buy a kebab roll.
Yeah.
We've gone to this yard, we're sitting down. So this brother's bought like a couple, I won't say his name, but he bought a couple kebab rolls, innit? He don't wanna pattern up the man them, he just scoffing by himself. So two man's drinking, everyone's smoking. And look round and you just see him like his eyes gone red, and then he just sitting in front of the girl, just vomited and catch
all over him.
Bro, he tried to catch his vomit, like
you don't want it to go.
You don't want it to go in the clothes, brother.
You really don't want to catch your vomit.
No.
It was bad. We were cracking up. We were one of those charge moments, man.
Yeah, that's funny still.
But top five music. Moments, songs, albums, like from that time, because that time there was bare music.
Right.
The first one. Now, one more chance, bro.
That's a thing. Do you know what? That's why I didn't even mention it, because I knew you were going to say it, right? That was.
No, wait. Remember one time I'm back to you in. I'm trying to remember the name of the wing.
What Mallard?
It weren't not as when you go gym. It was them ends. The young offenders.
I feel I was coming off Nightingale.
Probably. But I just remember I don't know, in the background I just heard give me one. And I couldn't see me that. But I can hear someone there. Give me one. I come around the corner, he's on the bench doing up, he's laying on the flipsoles.
But you know what? You know I couldn't remember as well, P. Now you've gone down that road. I swear we done 2 months at 9-5 behind our door together. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I think
Number 13, bro.
February to March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what? It's Mallard. When you went.
Yeah, we were on Mallard. We were JR together, innit?
That's the win. The JR win.
Yeah, we were JR. And you know to this day, we were Cody's.
He's cracking up.
The blue and red trackie.
Yeah, the blue and red tracksuit. Yeah. Remember we done photography with him. My sister still got the pictures. But I was thinking yesterday to myself, I don't even know what we were locked up for. I can't even remember. I cannot even remember, bro.
It could have been anything, bro.
Anything.
I think though, I don't know if you got bail. I don't think you did.
Bro, you got bail and left me with all the Brixton youths. It was me.
You know, my sister mentioned that to me the other day, bro. She goes, right, because she threw Andy as he saw a party, a 16th, in a yard, and she was talking, man. She goes, I remember, she had to go and basically get my mum to do the surety thing. So come 7 p.m., just before 7 p.m., they unlocked me and said,
you can go. Can you imagine, Dude, can you imagine? Man. We're locked up, right? Check this. We're locked up with cold D's, right?
Yeah.
We're locked up with cold D's. We got on the wing. So, we're going through all the motions with all what the new boys call
whole thing. Right.
We're going through the motions.
Right.
It's on. Remember, we're the only 2 ghetto boys in the line. I think a couple of us around the block.
Yeah. And you know them days, everyone was from Brixton, innit? You know, like, you could have been Norwood, West Norwood.
Bro, everyone's from Brixton.
Everyone's from Brixton.
Bro,
yeah, go on, G.
Dulwich, they're all Brixton now.
It's all Brixton, right?
Right. So it's proper on top. It's peak.
Right.
Yeah? Me and P's gone in. I'm thinking, you know what, P? I even said to you, well, whatever happens, this is getting down in there. You know that, innit?
Right.
Yeah, don't worry. Man's got each other's back, right?
Come on.
Well, you know, like probably last lockdown now, they've locked the door about 5 o'clock. So I'm nestling down now. I'm thinking, boy, P, see you in the morning, you know, King.
Right.
It's going down, rude boy.
Right.
God, imagine 7 o'clock, 10 to 7, they come and bust the door and took him.
What happened to you when you heard him telling you that he's off?
I was pissed.
You know that when you turn around and say to a man,
your hat's for a man, but at the same time, I'm on my ones.
You see what I'm saying? I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
But as soon as that door shut and they started, the other one's good, you know.
Do that in it at the window. Yeah.
At the window, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I remember that day.
And that man, imagine, that's what I'm saying. 9-5, it's like a world in 1 year, bro.
Yeah.
It was like a world in 1 year because that was peak times for me. No, that was no joke. I got out of that on the skin of my teeth. But when I went on the run after that, I come out. I remember I was on the run for ages.
Yeah.
And when I did eventually get sentenced, I caught up with all of them.
Again, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
I remember.
Yeah. You know what? God bless all of them as well. There's no malice involved. It's all fun and games. No.
It's just what it was.
That was the wars, the scars, man.
And you know what I was thinking today? Like, you see some of the opposition guys, of our age group. They're the titans of them man's areas.
Bro,
it was a Premier League thing. There weren't no half stepping. Peckham was going hard. Brixton was going hard. Newcastle was going hard. There weren't no half steppers in them times there.
Only the creme was.
Only the creme was around them times.
Yeah. Well, you were right. It's not like today with the media and you could kind of sneak
there
your way in.
There were no internet badman them times. There was on the spot.
If you weren't outside, you weren't supposed to be outside. Let me go with that.
All right. Go ahead.
So
let me just give you one more.
Go.
There's a bit in between that.
All right, cool. Go.
In between that, because while I was on the run, we got raving to a rave called Voodoo Magic.
In Leicester Square.
Leicester Square. And we've had a square off with all of them.
You remember that day, guys?
Do you remember how big that was be?
Is this
in the middle of Leicester Square, yeah? In the middle of Leicester Square.
Is this Christmas 95?
It must have been. It was
early 95.
Was early?
It was early because I had a red whip.
That's right.
I had about 9 man in the whip going on black. You know, like say, absolutely. You try like brothers are on the back shelf of the whip, and you know what it was. That's eat out there. Now everyone's just crammed.
Everyone's just doing it, bro. Man's smoking wagger spliffs in the car and all sorts.
Right, go on.
But listen, right? That day we repped. We were the smallest firm in that rave, yeah?
Yeah. Stand up, brutal.
When that rave turned out, Claude, the amount of brothers that they had, it was peak. But we didn't have a bar of it, yeah?
You know that was Christmas.
I don't think
it was close to be. I remember.
Was it Christmas 9/4? No.
There was a Christmas Voodoo Magic where it went mad. It went pear-shaped, and I remember I had the.
No violence didn't happen this night though.
Didn't kick off.
Okay. It was a stand-up. Like they come for us.
Okay.
They come for us, yeah. But we stood so firm.
Yeah. It was one of them. You had like.
It was one of them, and they backed
10,
down.
12, maybe 15 brothers on one side and about 30 on the other side.
No, a rave on the other side. The whole rave, blood. It was nuts.
Like just looking at each other, silence.
Yeah. The way we went on.
It's about 5:30 in the morning. It was daylight.
Yeah.
Just to say, under every camera in the world was there, but we were ready to go in. There wasn't a part of me that wasn't gonna bite off someone's nose that morning there.
You know what it is? That's how I know it weren't winter. because it was daylight early.
Daylight in the morning. That's right.
Daylight in the morning.
It was a proper day. Yeah.
Right. You know when you come out and it's daylight. So you're talking 6, half 5.
Because I can clearly remember.
Right.
I can remember when the brothers were wearing everything.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna fly back to the five music thing. So P.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
P's just mentioned one more chance. Triggered off man in the in singing. But yeah, let's let P breathe for P's. Your five.
My 5.
Yeah, you whatever, like music. What? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're talking definitely B.I.G. One More Chance. 9-5. I was banging Mob Deep a lot.
Infamous.
Infamous. Come on, be infamous.
We're in this together, son. Your beef is mine. What?
Come on, brother. Yeah, right. That one.
Okay. Tape cassette, obviously.
Tape cassette. Tape cassette. Mob Deep, Infamous. And I think that was their first album, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, second. The first one weren't really a proper album.
Yeah, no.
Juvenile Hall.
That's it. But that one, that's when man was kind of, and then you had
solidified them, innit?
Yeah.
Solidified them.
So. Then what else did you got? Them. Yeah, you had Nas was around, but I don't think it was written. It was the one before that.
No, it was Illmatic come out the year before.
Illmatic, okay. Then
kind of riding the wave of that, like
that was getting played.
It was that more than. Yeah, that was kind of who I was into. The Queens more, and Biggie. Do you know what I mean? I weren't the Woo guy or the, you know what I mean? Even though I respected the Cream. That tune Cream was hard around that time as well. But
I had you off as Woo in my head, just like I thought every man was Woo. Okay, so P, you're saying One More Chance.
Yeah.
Infamous.
Let me go one more. I'm stretching. And you two are banging Doggy Style.
Yeah, he was.
Then, you know what I mean? Snoop just beat his case or around that kind of time. You know what I mean? It was that. So that was them 3 years was what was I was playing still.
Yeah.
Because I was into Snoop from the bus. Yeah. So you know what I mean? And I think Doggy Style by that time, that's when it kind of, you know what I mean? After that, I mean, he went a bit to the left. But by Doggy Style, Cool. Let me stay with the tree. I can't. Any more come to me, you'll come back to me. Go on, Gash.
So, man, remember, I'm a music man. So I could easily fill it up with rap. Yeah. Because I love it so much.
No, I kept it rap. I didn't want to go into I just kept it rap, but go on.
All right. So if we're talking what rap at them stage.
Yeah.
Infamous, full album from start to finish. She's a genius from start to finish. Oh, Lordy.
One just come back to me. But God,
incarcerated Scarface.
Cuban Links. Cuban Links.
And Iron Man.
Cuban Links.
And Iron Man. That was all hip hop. That was enough for me.
Iron Man was 96.
Oh, was Iron Man 96?
No, Cuban Links.
Cuban Links.
95.
Cuban Links.
Yeah.
Jizza.
Yeah.
Right, Jizza. Infamous.
Yeah.
And like P said, B.I.G. Ready to Die.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But for me, I was so wooed out them times. Like I was trying to decipher the mathematics them times.
Now most people was. Arguments would break out over that.
Bro, there's stuff still now. Like I'm hearing like how many years later, like 25, 26 years later.
Listen, James, I remember a man come and said to me, I remember Meth and Big's track.
What? Warning?
Not warning.
What?
No, the what?
Is it
the what?
It's the world.
Don't ready to die.
Anything you get, you got
to take a harmony clip. Step inside the ring, y'all. I'm a jet black ninja. Coming when you rest that surrender. What?
Listen, that arguments over who done who on that one.
Yeah.
Let's stop him.
Meth went nuts on that, you know.
Meth was winning. Meth, most folk was meth.
Yeah.
I can remember like where I was zoned, I was a biggie, like I was zoned on big. I'm like,
I remember this argument.
But man, there's biggie there. I meth. Listen, he done his thing in it. Let's not.
Bro,
like,
MET then was the strongest he ever was.
Yeah.
Johnny Blaze.
No, all right. Go on.
Yeah. We would link and say, "Oh, you got Johnny Blaze." Like,
yeah. No, that meth there is the best meth ever was, man.
And you got to remember, I was talking to someone else.
Yeah.
You got to remember the Mary J. Him and Mary J.
Bro.
That song, bro.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Listen, did you know? Yeah. Do you know that? You know that tune stayed at #1 for longer than any rap tune ever.
Wow, that was the first one to.
Bro, that beat so many records. They were trying to lick that off the top 10 for so long. It was a madness, bro.
On another
and the video as well. The video was hard.
Like on another episode, like me and a guy we're talking about hip hop, and that's like man's come out declaring his love for the Queen. He's Queen. Yeah. Like,
bro, and at the time,
meth. You gotta remember, he's wearing a hat backwards.
He's got the Fisher Girl hat, innit?
Oh, like,
what?
Grimy, just like.
But do you know what? Right?
Changing the face of love rap, you know, like.
Exactly. But you know what, though? I have to say, and I have to say, even though going away from our context, which is 95,
go.
When Ghost brought out All That I Have Is You,
bro,
I said that Dopey, that, and they're both masterpieces.
Yeah.
But see that had us all week.
Nah, because he pulled on your heartstrings, man.
That had us all week, man.
He took you to like you could relate to that, like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. But for me,
when he performed at the Verses, you remember when he performed it at the Verses?
Yeah.
Just how that just changed the
the vibe. Yeah. But anyway, back to 9-5. Also, one more I need to put in there as well, because I'll be doing Bounty Killer Down in the Ghetto. I never leave I never left my dance hall. But Bounty Killer them times, what? Bounty Killer was slewing everything. Anything. Even Bounty Killer was bringing out a tune a week them times.
Actually, you know what? I just remember the story about 9-5. Actually, something just popped in my head. I've gone Equinox. It was Woo. Woo was there. Yeah, Woo at 9-5. This is like November 95. So I goes there, mad queue outside. And you know those days that we knew our way into the raves, right? You know, you used to go around the back sometimes. And you never know, the door could be hanging open. Right? So I took a sneak walk around the back of Equinox. I go around the back and I'm walking. I'm my J's now. I left my guy by the front of the queue. I didn't want to lose my spot, right? So I go around the back. There's a Rolls Royce parked up. Windows are steamy. I walk past. I look over, the window goes by, and I hear man go, yo, you all right? Yo, you all right? So I'm thinking, who's that? I go up to the window, bloody Snoop and Meth in the back of the road, blowing trees.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, see, like, the spot of them both, like, respect again. They're like, because I'm look like I'm up to something. I'm walking around the back of the roof.
That's how we look all the time, isn't it?
I'm looking at doors, like, I'm checking the bottom. Is it leaked? Like, you know what I mean? And they just like, yo, you all right? Like, and I thought, look, real talk, bro. Yeah, straight up and down, man. I went in there and I remember when I walked through the door, that was playing. I'll tell you what tune was banging then. Hard still, the Mariah and
ODB. Mad tune.
That one. That was popping. Yeah.
And you know what? That was a dope story, by the way. But I have to say as well, you know how much people sleep on ODB as an MC is unbelievable. Bro.
Brooklyn Zoo.
Truly, ODB for me as well. I should have put his album in there as well. Because ODB, I always banged it.
Yeah. All right, seeing as we're talking about music, I think that's a dope segue, man.
Yeah, that's the
I think I've got to play you man the tune, innit? Like,
let's go, man.
I got to play you man the tune.
special year because it was almost like us, especially the part of London where I lived. It's like us as London youths, we found our identity. You know, we were no longer trying to emulate our cousins from Jamaica or from the US. We were now under the spell of jungle, and no longer did we want to sound like Nas or sound like Shabba or Ninja Man. Now we wanted to sound like MC Dev, Five on the Moves, and those type of guys. We had our own thing. Our fashion was different. It was very, very much showing off with Versace and Moschino, and crime was in the air, you know, and hard drugs was in the air, but it was a really, really fun time.
If they find out, know they're gonna murk me. I'm sewing Stone Island badges on my shirt sleeve. That's why nothing feels greater than my stripy Paul Smiths and Polo Windbreaker. Classics are my favorite crepes. Recording my favorite show on my TDK tape cassette. Pirate radio, cool to the K. Pirate radio, cool to the K. Moose and Nava, Skibber and Shabba. Deal with the matter, gotta deal with it proper. On the airwaves, all we hear is Coolio. And Nia Long looks cute in every movie role. Gotta say bye to Seeger and Sabutio. Black Belt won the league, 49ers took the Super Bowl. TLC, Waterfalls, Suge and Snoop sending shots at the Source Awards. Bad Boy, Death Row escalated. Righty got the best goal celebration. Just caught Collymore, smoking spliffs in broken lifts with pissy corridors. Carlton Banks always looks prep smart. Iron Mike, skin fade, fresh park. Normski, Barlet, Funky Dread, Saxon, Stone Love, Soundboy, Offy Dead. Acid, jungle rave scenes, U-Man jams full of 18s. Big Macs, milkshakes, small fries. Real McCoy, Desmond, pork pie. Del Trotter, balls on the free wheels. God bless Leah Betts who died from that E-pill. Mob Deep, got them shook for real. John Major and Bill Clinton wanna rule the world.
Yeah, Jungle and the Garage Raves. Econos, Cafe de Paris. Andy Cole joining Man United. And then Keegan trying to explain himself to those fans. Gucci boots all day long, bro. Loafers and all. Can't forget the Reebok classics though. My brother nicknamed the white ones 48-hour crepes. Truth be told, no one.
They were.
That's real, real. Biggie drop one more chance on us.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it's classic, B.
Sick way. You've done a job there, brother.
Yeah.
Talk to me, brother.
That is ill. Honestly, that is even better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The stuff that you've referenced, anyone who was there will understand that and know that. Do you know what I mean? And I think you've also done it in a way where you're not kind of you seem like a commentator of life rather than shine off on anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
really proud of that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real, you done it.
Yeah, man.
That's what I say. The way you put it together as well. The way Gash came in and he just said like coming with what it meant. You know what I mean? And he just the way he spoke about things, he just introduced it. So when you come in now, you've just put a light on what was going on. Like you're referencing everything. You know what I mean? Nia Long looked dope in all the movie roles.
Yeah.
That Nia Long, you know. See?
Oh, that was
bam, you get me? And then the way I just closed it, classic, bro. Yeah,
that is a top tune, my friend.
As I'm telling you. Beats hard as well.
Yeah, man. So who produced it?
Guy in the States, man.
Yeah,
just made a contact. I heard it. I was like, nah, this beat sounds mad, and just got
that one's going platinum, bro.
Trouble.
Yeah, it's trouble that one.
What you man brought to it, and like you obviously didn't hear what each other had said, but how it complements, like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
It's perfect, man. It's perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a classic. Yeah. That's a classic, bro.
Thank you,
bro.
I'll listen to that in 30 years if God give me the space.
Well, I'm on it, innit? Kushka.
I'll tell you that's hard. I like the dynamic as well. That's what stands out. I mean,
And I think the pace of everyone, like my pace speaking, your pace rhyming, and your pace ending, it all just fit nicely, man. Fit nicely, man.
Yeah. And we're all narrating, right? We're all commentating from our perspective.
Yeah.
And it just fits.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. But listen, I need you to send me it, man.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I want to send it in its entirety. Where it lands.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I want to hear it in its entirety as well. I think next time I want to hear it, I want to hear where it fits.
I want to hear, because I want to hear it all like, because even when I don't know, maybe I switched off through my session a little bit, but I just caught, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but you know what? I think it's something that you could be proud of there, you know?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you know, like I said, when I asked you the original question about how far do you think you've come from the Jewels and Gems stage, everything you said, you bang on the money from that example of that rhyme. But for me, you've come miles, brother. As an artist, as a rapper, because I remember I was listening from the start, you know, and to see someone, my friend, getting so learned in their art form, it's a beautiful thing, man. You're a great rapper.
Thank you, King. No, love.
Trust me.
Love.
Yeah, man.
Love.
No, bro. Second all of that, bro, and some. No, you laid it down, man. You was always what I would say and like nice with it when it comes to the bars. You know what I mean? Like I remember, I always think when I think of you, and especially with those days of the old SC14 and Jewels and Gems and all that. I remember the video when you're rhyming in front of the police van.
Yes,
right?
do you remember?
Yeah, and he's just like, you know what I mean? He's just floating, like he's just rapping, like it just looks like, yeah, this is every day, like we're just talking.
This is what I do every moment of the day.
Right, you know what I mean? That picture always comes in there. And then another standout moment. I don't know if you remember, James, when you spit it's like a Christian rhyme, but there's no beats or nothing. You're in front of one with my man. What's his name again? There's a black guy in the background. You know what I mean? And you end it by saying, "You can ask the Canaanites."
Oh, wow.
That one is right.
I'm rocking the skiffle, innit?
The skiff.
Gosh,
listen.
Me and you, I'm on your level, bro. Like,
right, you know what I mean? And then bang, and you just lay down what I'm seeing now. You know, I try to keep up on for you over years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's real, man. You come a long way.
That's real, man, for real. And thank you for inviting me to be a part of it as well, man.
Yeah, that's a good look.
No. Yeah. You man are always, you know, even when I made my transition, you know, in all quiet and whatnot, you man always kept it real, and you know, we've always kept that connection. You know, even if there's been a gap, you know, it's always been the same, you know. And
it means a lot, bro, to me in my life. People like know me from different stages of my life, but the ones that will always remain the same are always the ones that I check for. Always the ones that I check for, you know, because there's people that knew us, right? Even going back to 95, there's people that want us to be what we were in 95. And I've had to tell them on certain terms that person's not alive anymore.
No, you can't. That would be, you know what? And I'll say this: that would be a shame, bro. If I saw anybody from 95 that hasn't evolved,
bro. Yeah, evolved.
And I'm looking at them today, and they're still on some 95 thing. That would be a shame. But that's some stagnate stuff. We don't.
Yeah, man.
But, I mean, we're trying to do anything.
Trying to grow. Yeah, sometimes our growth, you know, challenges people. You know, and you can feel weird, like, you know, whatever, you know, kind of environment you're in, you know, whether it's work, whether it's road, or, you know, whatever field you're in, when a man's evolving and changing, sometimes it can feel strange and like,
you have to remember now we're all grown up, and we like, obviously we all come from a tough upbringing, so there weren't no time to have that kind of like soft side of yourself where you look back and you treat people with compassion, you know. So when you do see a brother that might be trapped in another time or whatnot, I now look at that and just think to myself, like, that's obviously the time where he felt most safe, you know. It's obviously the time where he understood everything, or she understood everything. And remember, the world, it's a big wicked world out there, man, and it eats people up, you know. So even better to be sitting there talking to my brothers over decades and seeing them doing well, seeing you looking healthy and stuff. We have to give all praises due, you know.
Come on.
All praises due, man.
Yeah, it's real.
You know, you got, like we were talking about back then, there was lots of things that were fun. Some of the fun was madness, but connected to that trauma. And trauma, you know, we didn't see it as trauma, but trauma, you know, trauma has a way of keeping you, you know, it can keep you in a place, you know, in a place of, you know, mental lockdown, you know. You know,
And again, this is what I'm saying. Now we've been able, by the grace of God, to grow into men. We have to look back. If we're not looking back and recognizing things like trauma in our friends and even in ourselves, we're probably not doing the right thing quite yet, you know.
I did therapy for like 2 years.
You
know, and I you know, I'm a qualified therapist. I did I studied and I had to undertake therapy for 2 years. So initially I was like, it's just a course requirement. And tick the box. Brother, after 6 sessions, like, this is a necessity. It ain't about it, this is about me, you know, and I call it the windows and mirrors. Like, a lot of times we look at the window at everyone. And we got to replace the window with the mirror and be like, okay, cool. You know, I need to do some work on myself, man. But quick, I'm going to throw out some words, man. Don't over deep it. That comes to your head. Clifton Rice. First thing.
Home.
P.
Cap station.
Jungle DJ and MC.
Sorry?
Jungle DJ and MC.
Oh, easy. 5-0 Moves DJ Run.
Groove Rider.
First name brand.
Stone Island.
9-5, right?
Yeah. I know your wardrobe was nuts, P.
Bro.
The first. The 9-5,
Armani. Computer Sims.
Get them. Sell them.
Yeah. Any building that had computers in it.
We're in.
We're in.
We're in. Spanish Steps.
Oh, fun. Hey, what he's gonna say?
No. What's the name? I was gonna name one of the I forget the name of the place, man. Miss Irma's.
Oh, Miss Irma's. Yeah. What? Remember Miss Irma's Sunday dinner, bro?
Listen, come on.
Wackest Crepes.
Sorry?
Wackest Crepes.
Wackest Crepes.
Wackest Crepes.
Oh, I've never done them. I've never done any wet crepes, but Converse. And the reason why I call them whack is because they hurt my feet.
Yeah.
Done up.
I got some ups in the cupboard, bro.
Back then, though.
Back then.
It was a crime.
Bro, remember, back then, you come around the ends in a pair of Dunlop, you're done.
You're done flopped, bro.
Done. But again, like when I've done my own like DNA like look at my life, trainers were a big part of why I started doing crime.
Bro, that was the entry.
Trust me. Trainers for me, bro. If you didn't have the right kicks and you're trying to go Club 302 on a Saturday evening,
it's all over.
You're gonna get booed off the set, man.
Yeah, your creps kept you in. That kept you alive. You could get away with. You could get away with as long as you got fresh crepes.
Yeah,
you're
like
right.
You could wear like a mismatched tracksuit as long as you
mismatch. You could be plain Jane. Buy right.
Yeah.
You got a pair of Reebok Energy Return System. You're in the game, bro. You're in the game.
Jeans have to drop right. You're in the game. Yeah. I movie from 95.
Goodfellas.
That's not 95.
That's 97.
Ain't it?
You mean the other one? No, Goodfellas is 1990. He means the other one.
1990.
Goodfellas is early, but I remember I got a story about that. Yeah, Casino. That's what it's
Casino.
Set it off.
After shave.
Oh yeah.
Set it off. Jada
Yeah.
and them. I went to cinema for that one.
Yeah.
See?
After shave.
Juke, come on.
Cool water.
If you
Cool
want
water.
Juke, cool
Yeah.
water and Juke.
Mine
They
was,
were the guys.
mine was blue jean.
Yeah,
Blue Juke.
well, Blue Juke, to be fair, I had both. I had all three of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Duke,
But-
blue jean.
Yeah, but my trademark them times was Juke.
It's Juke. Juke was a classic.
Yeah, that was
Cool
my
water,
trademark.
I was a cool water guy still, old friend.
Yeah. But you know what?
Yeah.
I swear, David must have been having some Kuros more. Remember Kuros? It was like in the white bottle.
No one knew where he got it from.
No,
But he
bro.
would swear blind by it. He would swear
Bro,
blind
he
by
used
it.
to love that.
He is one funny buddy, you know.
Bro,
I'm telling you.
listen,
You know
God
what?
bless his soul, man. Because you
Yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
That man there, P,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
man there, the way that me and you know him, I don't think there's any other human being
Nah.
that know him on that level.
You
Yeah?
man, you man were a tribe, man.
Trust
Yeah.
me, right? And I'm telling you, that guy is one of the funniest brothers you ever
Literally.
meet in your life.
All day, every day. It
Yeah,
killed me.
and he, underneath that exterior that's got everybody scared, he actually had a heart of gold, you know.
Trust me.
Right?
Good dude. Good
Yeah, and he go on bad all day, but as soon as we
Mm.
get something, he share it with you.
dude. Yeah. Good dude, man.
Good dude, man. And I miss him. I miss him every day.
I remember we would be in the ghetto by the steps.
Mm.
Like my batch, we would diss him because we knew that he would run off. Like
Yeah, you get a chase out of him, innit?
Yeah.
Friday
You get a
night,
chase out of him.
had this jabs at him, and he's dusting, trying to, you know, like. And he
You know.
trying to
Listen, yeah.
Gareth, grab them man there.
Yeah.
Like heart. It was
He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, man.
it was love. It was love. Well,
Mm.
I've been asking everyone this question, and I think it's only right that I asked you, man, this. So on the project, there's a track called Little Claude.
Right.
Where I'm chatting to, as we were saying earlier on, I'm chatting to my younger self.
Mhm.
You know, giving him some information, reasoning with him. But I'm speaking from an evolved, grown place, you know, and just sharing some information with him that I feel that he needed to know. Because in every king, there's a kid, you know, in every king, there's a kid. Like
Wow,
we're grown, you know, we're old, we develop, we move, we win, we're no longer who we once were, but in us, there's still a child, you know, there's still a young version of us. So when you look at that picture, young Ash, I think you say about 17, 18, as a grown man in the here and now, what would you tell young Ash standing in that picture?
Just try to be more confident, Ash. Try to be more confident and believe in yourself, and understand that you got powers. You know, understand you got powers that other people see from the door, but it's for you to see them.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and I think that's what I would say.
What would young Ash? So on verse 2 on the project, little Claude talks to big Claude.
Yeah. So
what would young Ash tell you in the here and now?
Ash was talking to me as a big man.
Yeah.
If he was giving me a device, if he was just checking me, I think he would tell me that he's cool.
Yeah.
And he's happy with where his life is at that present moment in that picture, you know, and he's got this. I think he would be telling me that. You know what I mean?
And what advice would he give you?
I think that's a tricky one. But he would more than advice, he'd probably give me attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his attitude is you're big man. You're big man, I'm blessed. Don't worry about me, you know what I mean? Because I was that guy. So and at that time, like I said to you, those two people that I'm standing there with, that was my life. That was my future. That was what I was doing. So I kind of think at that time, because not so many things had happened, I would have been quite confident in telling people I'm absolutely Chris.
Yeah. That's a wicked Stone Island bracket, by the way, man.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? I wish I still had it.
Yeah.
But, bro, Ask P, we were going through them like nothing, man.
Did we all have the same bracket though? Me, you and Dan bought the same black ones or something like that?
No, two of us bought the bracket. And I think that was me and Dan that bought it. You didn't buy it because you was being black with the
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that anyway, that's another story.
It's bad how there's always a story that links to another.
There's always some context.
It's interlinked thing.
Yeah, some context, man.
But P,
going for yeah.
P, what would you tell that young fly guy, man?
See,
that young P.
Yeah, I would go like every day is a lesson. You know what I mean? Like I'll try and wisdom him, you know, like to, you know what I mean, to give it in a way that not it's too like, you know, deep and all that kind of stuff, but just learn every day. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how I view life, always from my youth, bro. It's like if I'd learn or gather something new every day, then I feel like I've done all right. You know what I mean? That's how it don't matter what it is. As long as I required something I didn't know the morning when I woke up, then I feel like I've done something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's real. That's real. And what would young P be telling you now in the here and now? What advice would he be giving Big P?
Wow. So I would be telling Big P, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
that's real. Like you know what I mean? To the point, like don't let the pressures and the stresses of things, you know what I mean? Don't worry about what you can't change and things like that. Just you'll be all right, you know what I mean? As long as you know you'll be all right. Because sometimes that's one of the things that takes us off to the left. Like, you know, that anxiousness. We kind of don't know. And no matter what's going on, as long as you know in yourself, right? Because that's why like I had that, always had that thought like a bigger brother kind of role. Do you know what I mean? Like someone, I would always, no matter what's going on, and come on, man, over the years we've seen some real tough times, right? But I would always say, you know what? You're all right. You know what I mean? This ain't gonna break you or that kind of way. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I've just always viewed life. That's real, man.
That's real. And that big brother energy, man. That always had that.
Always had it.
Always like, you know, when we were, you know, kicking ball, you know, Deptford Green Moonshot, you know, you halftime music blaring through the speakers or maybe through a man's car window, you know, you just pull man aside and check man and reason with man, and almost like, you know, on the Nas album where he's talking to the little youth man on the bench. So you always had that way of approach.
One mic,
just dropping a jewel or a nugget, and you know. So, and even in our friendship, as years has have gone past and we've grown, and we've always just had that connection, man. But I've always felt like you're a man who you say you don't think too deep, but your one-liners, they're loaded, bro. They're loaded, you know. So man, that's real.
You know what, P? It's funny, like obviously, see, like the big brother role and stuff, like you always kind of just always fell into with everyone, like the brother just said. I remember same time we was in a double bang up in Mallard. So we must have been chopping it up at night time now. And you kind of like you started telling me about Nigeria. And then you see the knowledge that you add of self. See the knowledge, and you probably don't even realize. See me, I was blown away. You see, before that, obviously, I know your parents are from Nigeria. I know a little bit about Nigeria, but see the knowledge that dropped on me that day, bro. I still use it to this day when I'm talking to Nigerian.
That's real.
You see that and so when you say like you're not a deep thinker, but your thing comes from somewhere. It's planted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how. See, when I say it in that way, to come in quick. When I say it in that way, it's almost like my natural. You know, some things you say, right? You can dwell on stuff, but what I say, I'm not like thinking, like, you know what I mean? How do I say it to somebody in that? It just comes out, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're like,
and that night there gave me not only just a knowledge, it inspired me to go and find out more. Because I felt dumb. And see me, I'm a man, I never like to feel dumb, you know. I felt dumb. I felt like, why don't I know this about my people that live next door to me, or people that live amongst me, my brother? Why don't I know this? And I went out and I searched more and found out like why people are like the way they are and whatnot. And
that's real, Gash.
Yeah,
because
bro.
coming up, it was when I was young, like most of the black youths when I was young were Jamaican brothers, innit? Nigerians weren't that level. Forget Africa. Nigeria was about the only ones you're gonna meet. So back then, for me, it was not. I didn't know I was Nigerian till I went outside. Anyway, you know, like when I get certain ends and I realize, oh, you're not Jamaican kind of thing. Not that I'm conscious of. Because
people want you to be something else.
Okay.
And it wasn't cool.
No. But that's, see, as my youth, well, most of my fights started off because
of that. I've witnessed that. I've witnessed that. What are you talking
over the
about?
years, isn't it?
I've witnessed that over the years.
I used to fight in every day.
Every day, man.
Fight every day. It was every other day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not because I'm trying to, but because I'm just letting a man know, look, I'm who I am, and so what kind of thing, you get me?
But the imprint and the impact that conversation, to this day, I remember it almost word for word. Yeah, because I thought, hold on, because I was I come from like my family's 80% Jamaican. I've only got my mom and my granddad, really. So my whole family is Jamaican. So I know everything there is to know about that side of my family and that type of blackness, But then because of this whole stigma thing that we were growing up with, like
we were sold a lie, man. We were sold a lie. They told us a lie when it came to Africa.
And you know what? That solidified my friendship with my man even more because I was like, no, this man just enlightened me on a thing that I should personally know.
And
but I don't know, and I choose not to know it.
And you know the wickedest thing? And people said it, someone said it to me only the other day, someone said to me the other day, you always made sure, and I didn't realize, but I'd always make sure people know where I'm from.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. You would never think I was anything but a Nigerian youth. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. And I think that kind of, I remember enough people that come from Nigeria and other parts of Africa at the time were hiding it, you know.
Yeah, they were suppressing that. First rule,
suppressing it, which is an awful thing to have to do. But the fact that you used to walk with it as your symbol on your chest. I was like, I love this, brother.
Well, that's about identity. That's about identity, knowing who I am.
Yeah,
I'm owning who I am. I don't care what the world says. Lies been sold to us, but I know who I am and where I come from. You can't.
It's for them idiots to wake up. Yeah, and wake up. I did. I woke up that day and I said, "Bruh, all of this stuff like that I see people going through, like I ain't got a whole, like, I don't have no knowledge of it. And the worst thing is to have no knowledge of something, but be following someone else's flag or something. I'm like, no, I can't do that. And from them, I went out, I done my little reading and that, find out about Ibu, Bendel State, all of them things that you mentioned to me. I started reading up on it, bro. And finding out about these great places that people try and brainwash me to think don't exist.
Or it's nonsense. It's rubbish.
They sold us a lie, man. And now, you know, people are doing their research and they're studying and being like, nah, man, we're great. You know, we're royal. We're not flies like, you know, video. Like, nah, man, we're royal.
You know how much people I know now with West Indian backgrounds that are actively trying to get back to Africa.
Yeah.
They're buying land, boy. They're building. They're going home.
Come on.
They're going home,
man. Motherland.
Oh, you're kidding me. Low battery mode. Joking.
But I was gonna say literally before, you know, we've chopped it up. I feel like we could do another 2 hours, bro. There's so much.
Yeah.
But, now, brothers, as we wind down, any last comments?
Boy, it's been great. It's been great chopping it up. I'll tell you what I would want. Come on, you know I'm gonna ask you. you know you gotta play that track again, right?
That's the outro, man.
You know
that's
that.
the outro. Also, before you do, if you're gonna end it on that note, which I think would be the perfect note, let me just say one more time that I really, really appreciate you having me on here today.
Yeah, nice.
And not even just providing this platform, but making me chop it up with P as well, because it's been a minute, you know. Yeah. It has been a minute. But P, I'm gonna promise myself and you that minute can't be as long again.
No.
It can't be as long again. But you know, we're all doing different things and stuff. But bro, from my heart, you know, you're always here.
No, same man, my brother.
Always there, you know what I mean?
Same man. That's real, bro.
I know, brother.
I mean, like, never out of mind, B.
Yeah.
You're never far from man's faults. That's real. James, it's a pleasure, bro.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, my brother. Thank you, bro.
No, it's seeing you, man, on the football field, putting on your socks and shin pads and the boots. The big guns came out today, man. It means a lot. It means a lot, man. And it radiates, man. It radiates for the screen, man. So I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome, my brother.
We really appreciate it. So what we say, we got to go out on the song, yeah?
We got to go out on the song, man.
Go out on the song. The man that requested it.
Hey, P, my verse is better than yours, though. Oh,
wow.
I knew it.
It was coming in it. You know what that was? That was the girl Kennedy moment there. It came.
You know what I mean? Man,
all right.
That's that energy is what brought us together. You know?
Yeah, it's still there. The energy's still there.
Come on. I can't get Gash showed up with his Patrick Cox blood. I'm like,
rewritten the whole thing, Allah.
Come on, B.
All right, man. Nice. Tell me if you can hear this.
Yeah. Yes.
So 1995 for me was kind of a very special year because it was almost like us, especially part of London where I lived, it's like us as London youths, we found our identity. You know, we were no longer trying to emulate our cousins from Jamaica or from the US. We were now under the spell of jungle, and no longer did we want to sound like Nas or sound like Shabba or Ninja Man. Now we wanted to sound like MC Det, Five and the Moose and those type of guys. We had our own thing. Our fashion was different. It was very, very much showing off with Versace and Moschino, and crime was in the air, you know, and hard drugs was in the air, but it was a really, really fun time.
If they find out, I know they're gonna murk me. I'm sewing Stone Island badges on my shirt sleeve. That's why nothing feels greater than my stripy Paul Smiths and Polo windbreaker. Classics are my favorite crepes. Recorded my favorite show on my TDK tape cassette. Pirate radio, cool to the K. Pirate radio, cool to the K. Moose and Nava, Skibber and Shabba. Deal with the matter, gotta deal with it proper. On the airwaves, all we hear is Coolio. And Nia Long looks cute in every movie role. Gotta say bye to Seeger and Sabutio. Blackburn won the league, 49ers took the Super Bowl. TLC, Waterfalls, Suge and Snoop sending shots at the Source Awards. Bad Boy and Death Row escalating. Righty got the best goal celebration. Liverpool just caught Collymore, smoking spliffs in broken lifts with pissy corridors. Carlton Banks always looks prep smart. Iron Mike, skin fade, fresh part. Normski, Barled, Funky Dread, Saxon, Stone Love, Soundboy, Uffy Dead. Acid parties, jungle rave scenes, Ute Man jams for the under 18s. Big Macs, milkshakes, small fries. Real McCoy, Desmond, pork pie. Del Trotter doing deals on them free wheels. God bless Leah Betts who died from that E-pill. Mob Deep, got them shook for real. John Major and Bill Clinton wanna rule the world.
Yeah, Jungle or the Garage Raves, Equinox or whether it was Cafe de Paris, Andy Cole joining Man United, and then Keegan trying to explain himself to those fans. Gucci boots all day long, bruh. Loafers and all. Can't forget the Reebok Classics though. My brother nicknamed the white ones 48-hour crepes. Truth be told, no one trying to see 3 days wear. That's real for real. Biggie drop one more chance on us. Oh, this one.
See?
You know what, B? You got me still. I ain't gonna lie, you got me still.
Nah. You laid it down, bro.
You laid it down, man. You both did, man.
The 48-hour crap is the 48-hour crap. Because, bro, that was the talk.
Yeah.
If you had them, they only last 48 hours, bro. Trust
the white
me.
Ones, right?
The white ones. If you go raving, that's a 24-hour thing.
It was done.
Yeah, it's over. Those were our Air Forces.
Right.
Yeah, those were our Air Forces.
Yeah. Do you know what Air Force wasn't even like a wasn't even on a radar?
Air Max, wasn't it?
Air Max.
Yeah, it was Air Max. Yeah.
110, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying
110,
classics.
110.
Classic. Yeah. You see how the man them people.
Classics, you man had the
everyone rocks Air Forces. The white ones they last for a day and they get the crease in the front and it's like our classics, our white classics. Yeah, that was our version of Air Forces. Yeah.
Real, man.
Brothers,
blessings,
big one, man.
All right, man.
Love.
All right, bless.
All right, man. Cool. We'll touch base.